Flooding in Kenya in the last several days uprooted scores of homes, decimated hundreds of acres of farmland, and killed at least 15 people in the country. Torrential rain swept the usually dry country, sending waters tearing through entire villages and washing through the streets. The disaster forced 4,000 families to evacuate from their homes and killed about 1,000 livestock animals. Strong thunderstorms, accompanied by torrential rains and hail, swept through Taif Governorate and its suburbs, causing floods in low-lying regions. Authorities closed schools for one day as a precaution. Civil defense announced that a person was rescued after his vehicle was washed away by floodwaters. Storm Ciarán has pummeled parts of Western Europe with strong winds and torrential rain. In total, it claimed at least 15 lives, many people were injured, and more than 1 million people were left without power. 2 deaths were reported in France, where record-breaking winds slammed the northern tip of Atlantic coast, uprooting trees, devastating homes, causing travel mayhem, and cutting power to a vast number of people. Local trains were cancelled across a swath of western France, and all roads in the Finistère region of Brittany were closed. In the UK, nearly 150,000 homes, mostly in the south of England, were left without power after the storm caused widespread flooding and damage, especially affecting the Isle of Jersey, where a tornado formed during thunderstorms with hail. Elsewhere across the British Isles, roofs were blown off homes, and some train lines completely ground to a halt. Also, in Northern Ireland, severe floods affected many homes and businesses. At least 7 people have died, and another one went missing, in Italian Tuscany, after torrential rain and strong winds from Storm Ciarán swept northern and central Italy, overflowing rivers. About 300 people have been forced to evacuate their homes, while many others have had their water and power supplies cut. Heavy flooding in the industrial area of Prato, near Florence, has inundated textile factories and wiped out roads. In the city of Pontevedra, near Pisa, the Loti hospital flooded and had to be evacuated. In the Netherlands, a person was killed when a tree fell on their car. An orange weather warning was given for the coastal provinces of the country, for high winds. Events were cancelled, and there was a lot of disruption due to cancelled flights and trains. Much of Spain was also battered by heavy rains and gale-force winds, city parks were closed, and several trains and flights were cancelled. Emergency services in Madrid said a woman died after a tree fell on her. 3 other people were slightly injured in the incident on a city center street. One more fatality due to a fallen tree was reported in Germany, while 2 more people were killed by falling tree branches in central Ghent, in Belgium, including a 5-year-old child. One more storm-related death was recorded in Albania. In Austria's southern Carinthia province, wind and heavy rain led to landslides, blocked roads, and power cuts. Weather alerts were also issued for much of Slovenia as the storm advanced, and the Adriatic port of Koper was closed to traffic. A big out-of-season wildfire started near the town of Montepulciano, in Valencia, and was fueled by the strong winds of Storm Ciarán. The blaze has burned more than 2,500 hectares, or 6,200 acres, and forced about 850 residents to evacuate from several municipalities and urbanizations in the Valencian region of Val d'Albeda.
Es que estás por cremant.
Claro.
The city of Dammam, in western Saudi Arabia, was hit by a strong storm with hailstorms and heavy rains. Large hailstones inflicted damage to car windows and storefronts. In other areas of Dammam, the relentless downpour resulted in severe flooding, causing numerous cars to be submerged and unable to move, compelling the motorists to abandon their vehicles. Violent storms advanced through Paraguay and caused a tornado and large hailstones in the country. In San Estanislao, in the department of San Pedro, a 10-year-old child died due to a tornado that damaged 25 houses and left several injured. In Guayca, San Pedro department, a woman was rescued from the rubble of her home after a strong storm destroyed the house. Giant hail fell in the town of Arroyos and Esteros, causing material damage, such as punctured car windows and destroyed crops. A shallow earthquake, with a magnitude of 5.6, hit western Nepal at 23:47 local time, at a depth of 17.9 kilometers, or 11 miles. The worst affected areas were in Jaijarkot and Rukun districts, where many houses collapsed, killing at least 157 people, and injuring over 200 others. This is the deadliest earthquake to hit Nepal since 2015, when about 9,000 people were killed. Heavy rainfall and strong winds have been affecting southern Brazil, causing flooding and landslides that have resulted in widespread damage. The most affected municipalities in Santa Catarina state were Quilombo, Jardinopolis, and São Domingos, where bridges fell, streets, homes, and businesses were submerged by mud, vehicles dragged, and water and electricity supplies were interrupted. In the meantime, torrential rains caused serious flooding in Barra do Rio Azul, in the north of Rio Grande do Sul state, leaving around 1,700 inhabitants affected. The Paloma and Azul rivers overflowed, resulting in water invading homes and commercial establishments. A strong storm, with wind speeds reaching 151 kilometers per hour, or 94 miles per hour, hit the state of São Paulo and left at least 7 people dead. The storm knocked down around 100 trees, tore off the roofs of the stands at the Interlagos racetrack, and left 1.1 million customers in several neighborhoods of São Paulo without electricity. The bad weather continued to lash western parts of Saudi Arabia, leading to severe floods in the city of Mecca, and forcing the authorities to suspend studies in many educational departments and universities in the region. Heavy rains led to torrents sweeping the streets and submerging cars.
Hello my dear friends, I would like to say thank you to these stunning patrons, Helga Ciarán, Michael Joseph Wilhelm, Dave and Alana, and web designer. Also, a separate thank you to Leslie Sales for being so much supportive. Thanks a million to all of you guys.